In a small town, there lived a young woman named Ella, whose voice was more powerful than she ever realized. She spent her days working at a local bookstore, surrounded by pages of history, poetry, and the dreams of others. Though she loved reading, Ella had always been silent when it came to her own thoughts and ideas. One evening, an elderly woman named Grace visited the bookstore, her eyes gleaming with wisdom. She was known in town for having lived through struggles and triumphs, and her words often held the weight of generations. Ella watched her, wondering how someone could carry so much history in their heart without ever faltering. Grace smiled at Ella, noticing the quiet curiosity in her eyes. "You've been reading those books for years, child," she said, her voice warm. "But there's something more to be said. What do you have to say?" Ella hesitated, feeling a lump form in her throat. She had always kept her thoughts to herself, afraid of being misunderstood or too small in the world. "Your voice is a gift," Grace continued, leaning closer. "It can heal. It can create. And sometimes it's the only thing that truly matters." That night, Ella sat at her kitchen table, pen in hand. But the words didn't come easily. She thought of her ancestors, her heroes, and the women who had spoken when others couldn't. With trembling hands, she wrote. When she finished, she read aloud the words that had long lived inside her, and something inside her shifted. For the first time, she felt the strength of her voice, silent no longer, powerful in its truth.